we're right there. We had the lead there, and just the possession game really hurt us then. I think we had. We didn't rebound very well at the end of the game, and we fouled them. We sent them to the foul line, I think 16 times in the last 7 minutes. That's a lot. And then we didn't, obviously execute down the other end as well as we would like. So all things that we can control. So it's another, disappointing, because I think this is a game we should have, could have, and came up empty today.
And it seemed like in the fourth quarter, the Aces were a lot more physical, and that's part of the reason why they were able to get to the line. Did you feel like you guys gonna match that physicality, or do you think you got beat in that area tonight?
We both. It was just us not being as disciplined as coach yet. We know that they always have that gear that they can go in a rebound and keep fighting for it. And once you give them that hope, they'll give themselves energy, and that's how it kept going. We were just not able to answer it.
We'll go over to Zoom, starting with Jackie.
Hi, Emma. This is for you. The team lately has allowed opponents to score a lot of points off turnovers as of late. How is that something you all can fix moving forward?
The points of turnovers lately, yeah.
That's on me too. It's just same discipline, but I think that sometimes we just, as we're tired, probably just move less, and they're physical, and then they just stop, and then it's just a matter of probably almost giving it to them, just to get it out. But that's something that we have to be more aware of, just being available, and then also have not just throw it away.
For sure. And Sandy, for you, this was really a battle between JJ and Asia. Asia attempted, I think, 11 free throws to JJ's 5. I'm just curious if you think JJ should get a different type of whistle than the one she got tonight.
Yeah, 100%. I always think that. I don't think when the big players, JJ never gets enough getting to the line. Asia does a good job of just getting there, and she does get a lot of calls, whether they're right or wrong. We had used our challenges early and lost it. So I thought some of them were contested, but I think the aggressor always gets the calls. So, and that's what they were. They were really aggressive in those last 7 minutes. We had opportunities, and we got to keep learning. Yeah. None of us are happy that we lost. It should have been a game that we could have won. But yeah, they just rebounding, and the turnovers really hurt us down the stretch.
Thank you.
We'll go to Miles.
Hey, Sabrina. In that first half, all of your points either came at the rim or behind the free throw line, behind the 3-point line. Sorry. After the break, it seemed like it was a lot tougher for you guys. What adjustments did Vegas make at half? Because it did feel like it just became a more physical game in that second half.
Well, they trapped a lot more, especially in the post, trying to get the ball out of our post hands. But I think in turn, we got some good looks from the 3-point line. We were continuing to move the ball, but obviously they're just heavy congestion and kind of trapping, forcing us into having to make some difficult decisions down low, and we didn't necessarily handle it super well. I think, us guards kind of predetermined where we were passing. They were loading up on the backside. Like the trap was kind of coming automatically and putting our bigs in just tough positions.
We'll go back to Maddie.
Sabrina, I know that you guys have to play with the players that you have and can't necessarily be worrying about who's not available and stuff, but was that fourth quarter one of those times where you kind of missed the leadership that maybe Brianna has, or the motor that she has in the huddles and stuff?
I mean, we know we have all we need. That's, something we can't control, who's in and who's out. That's never going to be kind of the excuse that we use. And, for us, we kind of understood it was on us, this loss and how we lost, and the turnovers, the offensive rebounding, the fouling, and there's no really excuse for that of, kind of being able to think oh, if we had, this player, it wouldn't have looked like that. It's more, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot, and it comes back and bites you. I mean, this team is we're like a few wins above them, like, you know, in the standings, like all of these games really matter. And I think that's something that we have to understand how important, you know, I don't know how many games we have left, but every game is almost like a lose or go home type feeling, because you could go from a 2 seed to a 5 seed in a matter of a day. So I think that's something we have to understand as a team, just how valuable all these games are. And, you know, I am proud of the way that we fought off a back to back and didn't make any excuses. And, you know, this one sucks because it was something that we could have controlled.
We'll go back to Zoom with Lucas.
Thank you. I just have a question for Sandy. Is there room to sort of feel pride in the way you guys competed off of traveling back to back? Or when you have a team with this high of goals, is the feeling more just you maybe let one get away that you certainly had an opportunity to win?
Yeah, a bit of both, Lucas. It's hard playing back to back, you know, especially with our schedule and going on to the West Coast. And, you know, I'm proud of that they, you know, had to play in big minutes again to try and get it done. I suppose it was just our execution down the end where things like, you know, I should have, could have, you know, we didn't. And it's just a little bit of lack of discipline, especially with the fouling. If we take away just the fouling at the rim and to get 16 free throws in the last seven minutes, that's a lot. It just means the aggressor will get in it, and things that we can learn from. But you know, we're a resilient group. We'll hang in there and get on to the next one. But you know, rebounding, that's another issue. That's just something we have to get better at. If we want to get back to where we were last year, we have to be a better rebounding team.
Thank you.
We'll finish with Jeff.
Thank you. Good evening, all. Sorry it didn't go your way tonight. My question would be for Sabrina. It feels like we've spoken endlessly about the challenges of this schedule, but how can this busy, crowded schedule benefit a group like this one that is both adding new faces and welcoming familiar faces back from injury?
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously, like last game having 8, this game 9, it gives everyone certainty on understanding they're going to go in and need to make an impact. And you know, I'd say a lot of players have probably gotten a lot more of an opportunity with the injuries that we've had this year to come out and play big minutes and contribute in helping us accomplish what it is we want to accomplish. And you know, that's important on a championship team, is to understand like every single role, every single person is valuable. And we want to continue to kind of pour in and empower everyone that steps foot out there, and understanding they're a piece of the puzzle. And so being able to have KB back, you know, just for us, like she played amazing, to be able to see, you know, how she's kind of picked up where she's left off. And now we're integrating her back in. And so it's like, there is this hope of like little by little, we're going to continue to add the pieces that make this team whole, and hopefully just peak at the right time.
Appreciate your time and insight. Safe travels.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.